included po ba dito yung mga, in your investigation, yung testimony ni Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas?
Nung CHR inquiry po, DDS inquiry in 2009, hindi pa po yan nakapag-appear sila Matubato and Las Cañas. Pero their names, especially Las Cañas, are cropped up already.
So in relation to that, Mr. Chair, can we invite even, pwede siguro sa next meeting, si Matabato tsaka si Las Cañas, even in Zoom for the testimony nila po.
Could you make a motion to it, please?
So may I move, Mr. Chair, that we invite Edgar Matabato and Arturo Las Cañas even in Zoom.
Maybe we can be educated on this issue that we cannot invite anymore that two personalities.
I don't see any legal impediment for the committee to do so, to invite those. I'm not aware of any existing policy of the ICC that would bar any other authority, whether international
yeah.
or local authority, to summon anyone.
When did you come up to, kailan po nagkaroon kayo ng reason para imbestigahan as CHR chair that time, Senator? So paano po kayo nagkaroon ng reason para imbestigahan po yung nangyayaring patayan during the drug war doon sa Davao, Mr.
Nag-umpisa po yan sa mga nakita ko, nabasa ko mga reports, and that would include the report of the former UN Special Rapporteur, Philip Alston, and also an article, you can die anytime, by the Human Rights Watch, and I tried to validate it also from our local CHR, although they were able to validate certain killings, but wala naman po sa akin mga sinabi noon, they could not commit to me or attest to the fact that these are actually summary killings, and that the former mayor, the then mayor, the former president, was responsible for that. So it alarmed our institution, the CHR, because we are the very constitutional mandate to investigate human rights violations, and the number one human rights violations are the extrajudicial killings or summary executions. So napaka-substantive po, lalo na yung report ni UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. So we tried to validate that. We conducted a series of public inquiries right there in Davao.
So that was in the period po ng during the Pinoy administration.
No, 2009. I was the
2000
chairperson in 2008.
2000.
Although I was not able to finish my fixed 7-year term dahil noong 2010 nga po na-appoint na po akong Justice Secretary. So it was in 2009, March to September or October, several public hearings in Davao City.
So meron kayo Mr. Senator yung report nitong kinandak ninyong investigation during that time,
Yes.
2008 to 2000.
I wish to clarify that nung umalis po ako noong 2010 when I was appointed as Justice Secretary, tapos na po yung mga public inquiries. But the resolution itself, the formal report itself, hindi pa po. But our team, nung ako pa po yung chairperson, we were able to come up with exhaustive notes about exactly what was disclosed during the hearings and other findings. Kasi yung iba po, karamihan actually, yung mga naging witnesses namin for the DDS killings ay hindi humarap doon sa DDS inquiry sa Davao. Mga kinakausap lang po namin yun clandestinely. Nahirapan nga po kami. And some of them refused even to execute affidavits, but some of them came up with affidavits pero using aliases. They did not want to disclose their true identities, although the CHR had record. Exactly what I know is that meron kaming internal record kung sino-sino ang mga yon.
So can you submit that, Senator, sa committee report, yung mga notes or whatever findings that you have?
I can submit the notes because I have them. Although the other documents, karamihan it's supposed to be with the CHR. But my notes, I'm willing to really share with you because exhaustive po yun. We identify who are exactly involved, and then the incidents, the testimonies. Kasi marami po kami mga pinaharap doon, including the then mayor himself, and then mga other officials of the city, mga barangay, and others. And so it was an exhaustive notes that I can really share with this committee, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So nagkaroon po ba ng formal turnover po kasi hindi natapos hindi kayo nagkaroon ng resolution. So sino po ba yung pumalit sa inyo noon, Senator? After you as CHR chair, si
Chair Eta Rosales.
Eta Rosales. So
Yes.
hindi na napagpatuloy kaya yun?
Tapos
Hindi
na po
na
kasi nung umalis po ako, technically and officially, tapos na po yung inquiry.
Mm-mm.
But as I said, the resolution was not yet completed. But we had notes which we shared
Okay.
with them, and I even tried to come up also with the resolution. But I was no longer the CHR chair, so I had no authority to really submit that draft resolution which I had then. But the notes I shared with them.
So, Mr. Chair, included po ba dito yung mga, in your investigation, yung testimony ni Edgar Matobato and Arturo Las Cañas?
Nung CHR inquiry po, DDS inquiry in 2009, hindi pa po yan nakapag-appear sila Matobato and Las Cañas. Pero their names, especially Las Cañas, are cropped up already. And several other. It will, you will see that in our notes. In fact, ito pong, I think yung mga iba pong yung mga pangalan po na minention ng the Honorable Chair, some of them are part of my notes, and some of them are part of the affidavits of Mr. Las Cañas as submitted to the ICC, and the affidavit of Edgar Matobato, the complaint affidavit that was filed with the Ombudsman. Ito po, familiar po, tinitingnan ko po yung mga pangalan. These are all, or most of them, I'm not sure if these are all of them, but most of them have been mentioned. Salamat po.
So, in relation to that, Mr. Chair, can we invite even, pwede siguro sa next meeting, si Matobato tsaka si Las Cañas, even in Zoom, for the testimony nila po.
Would you make a motion to it, please?
So, may I move, Mr. Chair, that we invite next meeting our Edgar Matobato and Arturo Las Cañas, even in Zoom po.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Hearing no objection.
Gusto ko rin pong sabihin, with your permission, Your Honor, and Representative Castro, I'm aware of the fact that the scope of this inquiry is just the drug war killings, meaning from 2016 to 2022. But I cannot help mentioning and pointing out yung tungkol nga dun sa DDS investigation namin. Dahil nga sa tingin ko, and I'm sure of that, it was the national drug war was just a replication ng mga modus, yung mga pattern, etc. nung DDS. And as I said, there are personalities, there are characters na mga na-mention ngayon sa mga itong ongoing investigation na yun na nandun na ho sa mga notes namin at sa resulta ng abing investigation. So we cannot help really also pointing. Although this whole thing, this whole inquiry becomes more daunting, more challenging for this committee. Kasi yung sa drug war killings nga lang po, it's mahirap because of the magnitude. Kaya I was saying po kanina, with due respect to the committee, yes, it's good that you are conducting this inquiry, and probably the lower level perpetrators can really be investigated, and even the DOJ, etc., other relevant authorities, they can always proceed with the investigation of the individual cases involving low-level perpetrators. Pero pagdating po sa mga higher officials, those with the highest responsibility, including Mr. Duterte, including now Senator Bato de la Rosa, it's just a challenge. It's such a challenge. Now, but the ICC, ang alam ko po, based on some information that I've been getting about the ongoing investigation, ayun ang mga target nila. The ICC also cannot expect to investigate each and every case of the drug war killings in the same manner that this committee cannot also investigate each and every case. Ang ano ko lang po, a word of caution is that, kasi nga ho, our current administration has been saying repeatedly, we are not recognizing the jurisdiction of the ICC. Hindi kami makikipag-cooperate kasi wala na daw jurisdiction. Mali nga po yung posisyon na yun. Hindi natin masisisi ang ICC na they're still continuing. Kasi hinahanap nga nila yung saan ba yung mga investigation na involving higher level officials, including the former president. Wala. Kaya nga yung kanilang conclusion nung when they authorized, I think in 2023, they authorized the resumption of the ICC prosecutors' investigation was that whatever proceedings happening or being conducted in the Philippines do not amount to what they say tangible, concrete, and progressive investigative steps that would qualify or would approximate and would be likened to the level and the quality of investigation being conducted by the ICC. Masyado po sila nakukulangan. Now, ito pong investigation natin, yes, we are hopeful that meron talaga tayong makukuha pang mga sapat o some significant evidence here that can really highlight what exactly happened. Pero kung hanggang committee lang po, hanggang sa Senate lang po, but without being translated or converted into actual criminal proceedings, hindi pa rin po mahihinto yung ICC investigation. So I know that as a congressional committee, your focus really is to, it's in aid of legislation, to come up with legislative measures. Nabanggit ko kanina ni Honorable Chairman na para hindi na ito maulit, this dark era of our history in 2016 to 2022, hindi na dapat maulit if we can have congressional legislative solutions or measures.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
may I be allowed to, before I forgot the, isang interjection lang to the manifestation of the former senator.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because this representation believes that to what the explanation of the former senator with regards to the investigation that we are conducting. As a matter of fact, Senator De Lima, the outcome of this investigation can be used in filing in different courts, and can be used also as a evidence in the ICC. And that's the reason why what we wanted in this investigation is to fast track these different loopholes that can be helpful as well with that proceedings that is being undergone in the ICC. But nevertheless, Mr. Chairman, what I heard, former senator, during the investigation that we conducted in the dangerous drugs, we have also manifested the invitation to Edgar Matubato. But unfortunately, it was relayed to us by the chairman that he is not being allowed to be a part of the investigation anymore because of the committee. Because he's under the already in the, I don't know kung hindi na po siya ina-allow ng ICC during the time that we have invited him. So most likely our motion to invite Edgar Matubato will be futile, no? Dahil nga po ando na siya sa ICC. And I heard as well with the chairman Ace Barbers, the last time that we have invited Las Cañas, I think Las Cañas ba? Las Cañas, no? The Las Cañas. That will be the last time that we can invite him over. So maybe we can be educated on this issue that we cannot invite anymore that two personalities.
I don't see any legal impediment for the committee to do so, to invite those. I'm not aware of any existing policy of the ICC that would bar any other authority, whether international or local authority,
Right. So
to summon anyone.
So in that case, Mr. Chairman, we can move on the motion of Congressman Franz Castro with regards to the two personalities. Because during that time that we have invited, that was the premise of the chairman during that time. So let's try.
Is Mutabato still here, Senator?
By so
Or
Mr.
he is
Chair.
abroad?
I do not have personal knowledge, Your Honor. Ang alam ko is Las Cañas. Matagal-tagal na po nasa labas. In fact, na-access na at nakausap na ng ICC. That's why meron na po siyang affidavit, ICC affidavit. Hindi lang yung mga una niyang sinubmit dito sa atin, sa Philippine jurisdiction. But in fact, ang alam ko rin is granted already some kind of a limited immunity. So what I know, nasa labas pa rin po. But and so far as Edgar Matubato is concerned, I don't have personal or I don't have any credible information about that.
We can make a motion to invite sino yun? Mutabato, Edgar Mutabato, and Las Cañas. Do we hear a motion to invite? May motion na eh. Okay na, no? Tapos na. Okay.
Mr.
Go
Chair,
ahead, Congresswoman Castro.
medyo tatapusin ko na mayroon akong privilege speech ngayon. Well, gusto nating gusto lang natin talagang establish yung truth na yung nangyaring war on drugs ni President Duterte dito noong 2016 on a national scale ay talagang pattern dyan doon sa Davao City.
Malinaw po yun para sa akin.
Yon, malinaw yon. At gusto rin natin i-establish na yung mga policy na yon, whether it is in the National EJK o National War on Drugs ni Duterte, yung mga policy are the same with the DDS or yung war on drugs sa Davao City.
We can say so.
Yes, so
Ibig sabihin, Senator, na itong ginawa ni Duterte on the national level, ginagawa niya na in the local level.
Yes. Doon po sa tinatawag ng DDS killings. Although he kept on denying it when he appeared personally before the DDS inquiry, but he could not respond sufficiently and credibly doon sa mga tanong namin na, kung wala kang kinalaman dito, bakit wala kang ginawa or wala man lang naging investigasyon doon sa mga killings, unsolved killings, when he's supposed to be the king of that territory. He knows everything what was happening there in Davao. And yet, sa dami rin ng mga kaso noon, more than 1,000 cases, and more pa nga, if we are to believe sila Mr. Matobato, ay hindi. They remain unsolved killings. And then, add to that is yung ano na naman niya, yung public statements niya, just like his numerous public statements. So naging presidente na siya, urging, encouraging, instigating, although ano rin siya dyan, minsan binabawi niya, joke lang daw. Whether or not it was a joke, assuming we can believe his excuse that those statements were mere jokes, ay sinunod eh. Sinunod ng mga nasa baba. Sineryoso nila. So he must have some accountability for that, at least for that. If not, yung talagang siyang may pakana. Bago ko po, very briefly lang po, Mr. Chair, with your permission, I was just struck by the statement of Honorable Fernandez earlier that itong magiging resulta ng inquiry po ninyo, you can always submit that to the ICC. I take it to mean that you are going against or you're not really agreeing to the position of the executive department that they are not recognizing the jurisdiction of the ICC. Kaya hindi sila nagko-cooperate. So I'm delighted, I'm pleased to hear that. Although you are also perfectly within, because you are an independent institution. So pwede hindi mo sundin.
And that's the reason
Senator,
why-
that is
yeah.
the personal statement of Congressman Fernandez.
And I think that's the reason why, Mr. Chairman, we are an independent body and we are discussing this thoroughly, and it will be depending on the chairman what to do with the committee report, and that can be used, by anybody, particularly those victims of the drug of war. So whatever the report might be can be used by the victims to be a part of that ICC.
Thank you for the
May I know,
clarification.
Madam Senator, may I know if you have any data on the killings in Davao City alone before even the former president became president?
Yes po, it's part of my
You have.
notes. It's part of the notes that I will be submitting.
Okay, I'd like to find out from the Philippine National Police, particularly those that have sat as
Mr.
chief.
Chair, tapusin ko muna.
Yun
isa
lang. Meron lang akong isang tanong sa Philippine National Police. Kung meron silang data ng mga killing sa Davao City when the former president was the mayor. Anybody in the Philippine National Police can answer that, please, if you have.
Magandang hapon po, Mr. Chair. Our records with us this afternoon is only those covering July 1, 2016 to July 31, June of 30, 2022, Mr. Chair. Our apologies. We don't have the records with
Okay.
us for now.
Okay, but that you should have a record, correct? Oo. Well, we'll try to find out kung sapagkat you should have a record on that. Oo. Okay, go ahead.
Umani naman ito ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa ating mga netizens. Ayon kay Romeo Garcias, the Philippine government should immediately incarcerate Rodrigo Duterte to show the world that there is a rule of law in the Philippines. Pahayag naman ni David Alejandro, war on drugs is the only way to get rid of drug pusher, manufacturers and smugglers. Alam na ng lahat na isa ka sa nagpapakalat ng droga sa bansa, tama lang ang ginawa ni PRRD sa'yo. At ito naman ang saloobin mula sa ating kababayan na si Angelo Pineda, file your case in the criminal court if you really have a strong case, such a pathetic style of early campaigning. Hindi ka na mananalo ulit kaya wag ka nang mangarap. Mga kababayan, feel free to comment below para maglabas ng saloobin sa balitang ito.